All right, welcome back to the channel. It's Sam here with GSK Wealth Builders TV, and we are back with a quick analysis of some new coins coming out. I've been talking about my strategy of working on launchpads. This strategy has been working so far. The strategy has been working so far. I've invested in 3 launchpads. They've all been on Solana. And yeah, so I'm just going to share the results. Just 1 second. I got to configure the Wi-Fi. Looks laggy. All right, so just let me know in the chat if the video is all right. So as I was saying, I've been investing in launchpads, specifically on Solana, and the one platform that I found on Solana was STARLAUNCH. So what STARLAUNCH does is they're an incubator, and they also are going to be doing the KYC. So they are the ones that make sure there's no money laundering or whatever. They verify your identity. Then they find projects. In theory, they should be vetting the projects with their team of experts. That way, the projects are safer. Then this launchpad is the first. They say it's the first insured launchpad in crypto. So if you were to get rug pulled by a team that was scamming, you would get your money back in the form of some kind of insurance through STARLAUNCH. So that's what I like about them. And also I like the Solana narrative. So Solana is a cheaper blockchain to be working on. The fees are cheaper. A lot of people can put small amounts of money on Solana IDOs, unlike ETH. For example, if you were to do an ETH IDO, it would cost you maybe $60 to $100 in gas just to buy a coin. So if you're putting in $100 and your gas is $100, that means you spent $200 for $100 worth of a coin. Then if you need to sell that coin to make a profit, that means you actually are going to be spending $300 for $100 worth of the coin, which means that the coin has to triple just for you to break even. So the benefit to Solana having fees of 0.004 cents is that you can buy $20 worth of a coin, $30 worth of a coin. So for example, one of the coins went up 66x. So people were complaining, I only got $10 allocations, right? Because they had a little bit amount of crypto. But, you know, even let's say a $25 allocation times 66x, that's $1,650. So then you can take that $1,650 and you can buy either more stars, or you can just, you know, hodl and hope that project goes up even more. So you can turn small amounts of money into large amounts of money using this strategy of launchpads. So what I'm going to go over is just the results of the 3 launches so far, right? So the first launch we had was Tiny Colony. Let me see if I can bring it up. Is it Sheets? No. Okay, let me see if I can bring it up for you. Then we can just compare apples to apples. So I purchased a really large position in STARLAUNCH at the beginning. And actually today it's the same price that I purchased at. So I was kind of upset that I didn't sell the top, but I think it's going to work out in the long run. So I bought at $8. I bought STARLAUNCH at $8 a coin. And then what happened was the coin ran up to $22. And I was like, I should just sell and get out and not even do any of these IDOs, and I tripled my money. I didn't do that because I staked for 90 days, and there's a penalty if you sell early. I think it's 25% of your coins if you were to sell early, so I didn't. So that's just how it goes. So I'm just looking for the spreadsheet right now so I can show you the results of these STARLAUNCH IDOs so far. However, if I would have sold at the top, I would have made more money at this point in time than if I was to hold and stake. But who knows? I think the coin could come back because everybody who's on the STARLAUNCH platform is still staked. It seems like they have a steady stream of IDOs that are going to be coming out, especially on Solana for the next, while. So I think that maybe I will exceed the top that I sold. And the price could also go back. And then maybe I could sell at the top again at $22 a coin, plus the gains in all of the IDOs that I've put in. So far I've been in 3 IDOs. They announced 2 more. I'm going to go in those 2 because they give you small allocations. So you might as well just go into all of them. Today's analysis is going to show what I think about these IDOs, which I'm not as bullish. Just right off the top, I'm not as bullish as I was on the other ones, like Monkey Ball, but it is what it is. Okay, so I found the sheet. So let me paste this sheet in the browser and then we can go from there. IDO Invest. How do I zoom? There's zoom. I don't know how to zoom out. Okay, so here it is. Okay, so this is my tracker sheet that I'm using for STARLAUNCH. And basically what I have is all of the coins that I'm being presented to invest in, a small rating, not really anything, just for my memory. So Pulse Chain is not on STARLAUNCH, but I put it there anyways because it's going to be huge. Monkey Ball. So Monkey Ball there is up 56x, I believe. Okay, so we'll start here. So Monkey Ball is why can't I zoom out? Oh, here we go. There it is, 100%. So let me check the zoom. Okay. And let me move over here. Just 1 second. Something's going on with my stream. Oh, video. Okay, so we're back. Sorry about that. It's just one of the cameras is acting up. So this is my portfolio right now from the strategy that I was talking about earlier about launchpads. So what a launchpad does is they find these projects, they find them when they're incubating, when they're worth less than $1 million, we'll say between $500,000 and $2 million. They bring the community of STARLAUNCH and they say, listen, we have a community of thousands of people that are willing to invest in your IDO, but we need a preferential price. We need a preferential treatment. We need to be able to get in early. If you let us get in early, we will bring our guys and we will shill them. Basically, they're going to shill me and everyone else in the community their coin that they've deemed safe. And after that, they are going to after that, they're going to sell it to us, and then it's going to go public, and then we're going to see what the results are. So that's what they've done with STARLAUNCH so far, and these are the coins. So far, STARLAUNCH has launched Monkey Ball, Prism, and Tiny Colony. I put PulseSwap and MetaVPad and PulsePad there just because I wanted to compare the return on investment, but those aren't actually in the STARLAUNCH platform. It's just for me to compare what the returns are. Okay, so I hope that helps. So as you can see, I started 14 days ago on this Launchpad. I did have to put a significant, let me zoom a little bit more. Okay, so I started, 15 days ago on the Launchpad was when the first IDO was available. The first IDO was Monkey Ball. And I received, I guess, more than that. So I received the tokens on 20 December, and the tokens cost on the ICO 4 cents per token for Monkey Ball. I was only allowed, based on my tier level, I was only allowed to put in $259. That $259 today is $12,222. It's a 47x. Right? So 47x in 15 days is not bad. Then the second one was PRISM. So what happened was there was more time to generate hydrazine between the first IDO and the second IDO. So the second IDO, I had a significant increase, and I was allowed to put in $747. The IDO was a quarter of a cent in price. The current price is almost 4 cents. 3.8 cents. So that $747 has turned into $12,000. So in total, and then the third IDO, I don't know what the results are yet, so it's just $179. But in total, I've put in $1,100 into the IDOs, and the current value of the coins that I'm holding in those IDOs are $24,000. There's no lockup period except for Monkey Ball, 50% of my coins. So $6,000 out of that $12,000 is locked up for 30 days. After 30 days, I'll be able to dump them if I want to, but I might not even dump them. So, okay, Nabil says, can you explain the attribute of the ICO grade? Okay, so when I'm going over a coin, I'm grading based on my personal experiences, right? So I've been in crypto since 2017. In 2017, there was what's called the ICO boom. So anyone and everyone was just making a white paper. You'd read the white paper, then they'd be like, send us money and we'll send you coins. Some of them were scams. Some of them did, 100x. Some of them did 1,000x. Almost all of them are worth zero today. Like literally 95% of them that we invested in are worth zero today. So you did have a chance to sell at the beginning, but if you didn't, they went to zero, and they don't even exist anymore. And if they exist, they're worth nothing, and they've changed to like an NFT platform or something like that. So from my experience, I kind of know just how to judge an IDO, but it's still, people can lie to they can lie to you. So if they say I'm an ex-Google employee, right? Then they go on LinkedIn and they say I work from Google from 2004 to 2009. Google doesn't actually have to accept the fact that you work there. You can just make that up. Then they'll say from Google, I left Google and I went to Facebook and I did their advertising department. There's no quality control. So the problem with IDOs is a whole team can just lie. There was one white paper that had like Leonardo DiCaprio's face or Ryan Gosling's face, and it was a different person's name, right? And the people were like, "Yo, that's Ryan Gosling, the actor. What are you talking about?" So these ratings are just based on my criteria that I've made up in my head, and you can maybe use these criteria for yourself. So what I'll do when StarLaunch, I follow StarLaunch on Twitter, right? So what StarLaunch will do is they will say, congratulations, guys, there's a new IDO coming out, and it's called Monkey Ball. Okay? So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go on Monkey Ball's website. I'm going to see how the website is designed. I'm going to see the language that it's written in. I'm looking for clues. What country they are, are they registered in America? Are they registered in some random, country? Are they trying to I'm looking for the legitimacy of the website. I have that skill where I can just tell if a website is good or bad. Also, maybe if it's copy and pasted from another website, so you can actually run that website and see if it was copyrighted. The same way in university, I don't know if they still use this, turnitin.com, but in turnitin.com you would like type up your essay and then they would tell you what percentage of your essay is plagiarized or whatever, right? So that's what I'll do. Okay, so now we've looked at the website. Now I'm going to look at the team, but I really don't care because they could be lying about their experience, right? You could work for Google for one day and say, I'm just an ex-Google employee. You could work for Bank of America for one day as a teller and say, I have experience working in banks, right? So I'm just going to look at the team. Are they visible? Are they a hidden team, right? Are they real identities? And go on LinkedIn and does it look real? Do they have friends? Like things like that, right? So then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the initial market cap, because this is where the risk reward is. So if the initial market cap is $1 million, okay, if you go to CoinGecko.com and you just look at the top 5 pages of crypto, every single one of those 5 pages is worth more than $1 million. So if I'm able to buy in at a $1 million market cap, right now, say it's 47x, so it's probably worth $47 million, Monkey Ball. Right? So I bought in at 1 million, you got 47x. So if the market cap is really low, it doesn't matter if it's a scam, really, as long as you can sell the coin. If it's possibly worth more than what you got into, then you can use that. So my goal is to do these flips to buy more hex. Right? Do these flips to buy more hex, do these flips to buy more pulse. This flip here, I turned $1,000 into 24,000. I'm going to sacrifice that into PulseX IDO, right? So I'm flipping these projects to get into more quality projects with larger size. And then what else about the ICO grading? So the current price, the initial market cap, the number of tokens, and the circulating supply. And then their roadmap. So the roadmap is very important because if they say we're going to launch on this date, for example, we're joining a centralized exchange on this date, that's going to pump the coin up usually. We're launching the mainnet on this date, that's going to pump the coin up even more. So if the team can promise you something and then deliver that promise on the exact time that, or close to the time that they promised you, that is a good sign. If they keep promising you dates and then they keep skipping the dates, missing the dates, making excuses, like Cardano, you're not going to get lucky like Cardano twice, right? So, yeah. So Monkey Ball's from Israel. So they didn't ask me anything, right? They have some Americans, they have some people from all over, from India, from Israel, all over the world. And what I liked was just when they talked, you believe them. Now they could be a good talker, like Wolf of Wall Street. When you talked, it seemed like they were going to do what they say they're going to do, and they were in it for the long run. So that's what I liked about that. So how much hydrazine did you burn on Monkey Ball? think I burned 50 hydrazine. So 50 hydrazine was $250 of allocation, and then I burned about 150 hydrazine on PRISM to get the $700 allocation. Okay, hydrazine right now is about $10 a coin. So if you don't stake, what you could do is you could go on Radium right now and you could buy 50 hydrazine for $500. That would give you $250 allocation. So technically your all-in cost is $750. And then you put into an IDO, so it has to triple. So if you look at the far column here, right? Monkey Ball did 47x, PRISM did 14x. So if you needed a 3x and you're buying the hydrazine instead of staking, that's one way to get into the IDOs. Nabil says, so the market cap should be a bit realistic as a good sign. Yes. So when I did the PRISM video, there's a video I did on PRISM as IDO number 3. No, IDO number 2. So surprise IDO, right? I thought that PRISM's starting market cap was 25 million. And I was like, this is not a great market cap. I'm not going to invest that much. But then a bunch of people corrected me in the video and they said it's actually 1.4 million. I was like, okay, almost anything. Anything can go higher than 1.4 million in crypto in a bull market. So that's what happened. Okay, so I get in these three, right? 250, 749, 179. Now, what's my experience so far? So on the Monkey Ball launch, see how the current price is $1.94? What they did was they launched Monkey Ball at 10 a.m. on December 20th. At 10 a.m. it launched on FTX exchange, and you could trade your Monkey Ball coins, but except here was the caveat. Anyone who got in on the pre-sale couldn't trade until 10:30. So Monkey Ball launched at $4 a coin. And I'm watching it and I'm like, 100x, right? And I couldn't trade. I couldn't get my coins. I couldn't sell. I couldn't do nothing. I just had to sit there and watch the price action. So I'm sitting at 100x. Right? So if I change the price here to $4, I'm sitting on $25,000 worth of Monkey Ball off a $250 investment, right? So I'm like, this is amazing, 100x. By the time the time hit 10:30, the price was $1.70. And it was about 38x. They dumped on us. That was SBF, I'm guessing, and Almedia, because who else had the coins? Who else had the coins to sell them and pump them, right? You had to, like, where did these magical coins come from 30 minutes before everyone else? So I didn't like that about STARLAUNCH. So what I did, my emotions got the best of me. And at the time I was able to sell my coins, it was $1.53, so I sold. Remember, half my coins are locked up. So I sold at $1.53, and it kept tanking to about $1, I don't know, 20. And I was like, thank God I got out. I go to sleep. I forget about Monkey Ball, right? And my buddy Andy, he's watching the news and everything, and then he's like, yo, it's going back up. So I look. Next morning I wake up, Monkey Ball's $1.70. It's $1.70, so it's actually higher than the price that I sold. I FOMO back in, and I buy my coins back. But instead of 3,200 coins, I had maybe 3,000. So I lost like 200 coins or something like that. But I'm back in, and then it went to 230. So I was laughing, but now it's $1.94. So that's just an issue with the platform that I noticed. But I continue on. Okay, so now, after Monkey Ball, I'm kind of salty because I'm like, these guys are crooked. They're always going to rob us, whatever. But, you know, I made 38x. So you got to be grateful for the 38x. Okay, so next up, what happens is PRISM. So the PRISM IDO comes up. Now, PRISM is a DEX aggregator. So what it does is it takes it takes the liquidity from multiple exchanges and it combines it all into one place. One-stop shopping, and you can get the liquidity from Radium. You can get the liquidity from Orca Exchange and 5 other exchanges. So I'm like, okay, this could be a good idea. This could be a really good, this could be a really good chance for me to buy larger because there was more time to get the hydrazine, right? So I put in $747. This time it launches at 10 a.m. You're allowed to get 100% of your coins, and it launches, I think, up only 3x. So it's up 3x. A buddy of mine, Andy again, actually, he buys, I think he buys the top. Like he bought the top. So he bought maybe at 4x. And it drops down to 3x. And we're like, oh man, this is a failure of a launch. Same thing. But I was like, I gotta hold. We hold for 3-4 days, and now we're up, 14x. So Launchpads, we got to study the Launchpads because this is where the gains are being made. Other outside of Hex, Pulse Chain, and Pulse Swap, right? Okay, so the third one, Tiny Colony, I didn't like it that much. They didn't have much of a following. I think Tiny Colony's Twitter following was 3,000, where Monkey Ball's Twitter following was 124,000. So I was like, yeah, I'm still going to put the money in Tiny Colony. So we're going to find out what happens with Tiny Colony. So that is just the overview. If you have any questions about Launchpads, please type it in the chat because I'm about to move on. And then so now after Tiny Colony, what happens? There's no more IDOs left on STARLAUNCH. So the price of hydrazine starts tanking. It tanks to like, I think, $6. Every day I'm making, I don't know, 10 hydrazine. That's what I'm making, $100 a day, right? And I'm like, well, why don't I sell my hydrazine and buy more PRISM? Sell my hydrazine and buy more Monkey Ball. So that's what I've been doing. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, they announce a new IDO. So I could have used that hydrazine to buy the new IDO, but whatever, right? So they announced a new IDO, and then they announced a second IDO. So they have 2 more IDOs, and that's what we're going to go through. So as you can see, we total up, $1,000 turns into 24,000. Now, okay, let's look at these notes that I have here. So Meta VPad. I never got into this, but this was, I think, on a BSC pad, Launchpad. And on BSC pad, Meta VPad did 399x. 399x. So imagine if you're still getting these tiny little minuscule allocations, right? Say you had a $25 allocation in Meta VPad because you were, you were tiny in the game. $25 times 399. That's $9,000. Right? So now if you were able to get a larger allocation, say $250 times 399, that's $99,000. So that is why, now Meta VPad I didn't get in. Then the next one was PulsePad. So you could have got into Meta VPad, then you could have got into PulsePad. PulsePad was 168x. That's crazy, right? So, yeah. Okay, so now we're going to look at STARLAUNCH's Medium account. So I hope everyone is following what I'm saying. And I hope it all makes sense. Move back to my favorite side. Okay, so STARLAUNCH's Medium has been busy. So like I said, the value of a Launchpad depends on how many good quality projects they can get. So they've had 2 quality projects where, right, one did 11x and one did 56x. And now we are into the 3rd project. So we're here to analyze if this project is any good or not. So Attention cadets, hello Cynthians. Today we are proud to announce the STARLAUNCH will host an IDO of Synthesys One, a decentralized play-to-earn platform and marketplace for AI training datasets. What does that even mean? A decentralized play-to-earn platform and marketplace for AI training datasets. No idea what that means, other than like there's play-to-earn games or something like that, right? So right off the bat, if an IDO can't explain to you in a sentence what they do, and you know what's going on, what is an AI training data set? Right? So it is what it is. So to perform well, AI needs to be trained with quality data. Big tech companies do this with user data scraped from various platforms and free services. They're saying if the service is free, you are the product. That's true. Effectively, they make trillions of dollars off collecting your data that you generate. AI is good for more than just optimize advertising revenue. However, the data used to train it can be monetized equitably in the contrast in today's market. The team behind Mind AI saw this and built Synthesys One as a decentralized system that crowdsources knowledge according to the principle your data, your money. Okay, I like this. Synthesys One gamifies the collection of AI training datasets in a play to earn model. Users play games to generate meaningful information, which is then represented in Canon NFTs. These NFTs can be staked for rewards and based on AI data usage, fractionalized and traded on the Canon exchange. The system is powered by the SNS government token and is gamified in the service of an idea. Okay. So basically they want our data. Okay. And they're going to sell it to us in tokens. Don't know I don't know what the appetite would be, but okay, we get the concept. So if I'm rating that concept on the scale of like world problems that they're solving, that's like a D minus, right? Unless their data becomes valuable. So now I'm looking at their Telegram group. So their Telegram group has 3,000 members. Not bad. Not bad. Okay. Pulse Chains has 30,000. Okay, so Synthesys One Twitter. Their Twitter profile has 10,000 followers. That's not bad, but like Monkey Ball had 120 something thousand followers, right? So what did Prism have? Let's compare Prism because Prism did 11x, right? Prism AG. Prism AG. There we go. So Prism has, oh, okay, so 10,000 followers. Prism has 8,000 followers. So Prism did 11x, 8,000 followers. This could be, this could be decent. Could be decent. And then we'll check their Discord server. Ooh. Their Discord has 600 members. So I'm going to bump their grade up. So I said D minus for the tech because it doesn't really solve a problem that we care about. So what was this one called? Synth, right? Synesis One. SYNESIS. Synesis One. Okay, so this is AI. Really, it's a D. It's a D. D plus, I'm going to say. It has hype, though, if those users are real on Twitter, right? It's a D plus, though. So really, my expected return on a D is like, can I get my money back? It's a lottery ticket. Can I get my money back? And maybe if I can 3x, cool. Then I'll just 3x it and buy some more Prism, buy some more Monkey Ball, or buy some more Hex, right? So the ICO, we don't know when it starts. We don't know when it ends. We don't know when it receives the allocation. I know my allocation, based on it not having a launch date, my allocation is going to be at least 250. You needed about 5 days. It took me 5 days to get the hydrazine to get 250. So say my allocation is 250. So I'm looking for like 10x would get me $2,500. It's almost not worth, right? It's almost not worth it. So that's if my assumptions are right. So there we go. Okay, so that is Synesis One. Now, we didn't look at the team. Don't really need to, because I just don't think the issue that they're solving doesn't matter as much. People don't care if you steal their data on a global scale. But maybe because they have announced it, maybe because they just have announced it, they should have established a community already. Yeah. So the community of those 8,000 people, it's probably just people that have STARLAUNCH token. And they just went from, they just took all STARLAUNCH's followers, right? They didn't really have a community at all. So yes, they should have started a community first, but website, new paradigm of AI, cool. They have a little video. You know, it's a nice website. They're in TechCon, awarded Korea's most influential CEO. Mind AI. Okay. So if this is a Korean company, they could actually have users that we don't know about on different platforms. Just like how people use WhatsApp, WeChat, whatever. If it's a Korean company, they could actually be on platforms that we don't see, and they could have tons of users. So maybe I'll upgrade that, the score. Okay, so I can't read this. Thanks. Allegedly, someone got most influential CEO of the year. Anyways, possibly there's a Korean community that we don't know about. Okay, the platform. Talked about that. So Discord. So the first DAO for play to earn data farming. They're just owning people's data. Okay, so it is what it is. That's all we got. That's all we got. So like I said, the grade is a D minus or a D plus. I'm still going to invest in it, right? Because as you can see, the capital that I have generated allows me to make mistakes, small mistakes, right? And keep my hand in the betting pool. Okay. So any questions on that analysis? Just type it in the chat. We're going to move on. Okay, next. STARLAUNCH has announced their fifth IDO. And this IDO is Cricket Star Manager. So Cricket is not very popular in North America. It's not very popular in, China, Korea, I don't think. Not very popular, semi-popular in Africa. Cricket is very popular in India and Pakistan and all those other countries. So, in my opinion, I don't think cricket's a huge hit, right? To me. However, I know there's over 1 billion people that, play cricket. So, do they play cricket online? Do they play cricket in video games? I have no idea. But I think Between the two, I would probably bet on this Cricket Star Manager more than I would bet on Synesis One, right? Now, let's see. Let's see what's going on with these guys. So it's a 3-minute read. So cadets, we are pleased to announce that STARLAUNCH is hosting an IDO for Cricket Star Manager, an exciting play-to-earn cricket management game that will be both mobile and on desktop devices. That is great, because in India, most people don't use desktop. They're on their phones. So the sports-based game franchises are popular in part because many sports enthusiasts are avid gamers, yes. But sports enthusiasts are also one of the fastest growing demographics in the world of crypto. That's true. The reason why I invested in Monkey Ball is there almost is no sports games at all. So if there's a soccer game, that would have been great. But monkeys playing soccer, that's what we got to deal with. So cricket would be like the second game in play to earn. The extent of the overlap reflected in the part of the growing popularity of blockchain native sports. The demand for these kind of games is significant and growing. And Cricket Star Manager, a new play to earn manager game, will offer precisely the kind of fun and engaging gameplay that is needed to satisfy the appetite. That's great. So you can build a team, you can be player versus player, and competitive and non-competitive. You have the opportunity to participate in a league, win titles, collect NFTs as assets. And then play to earn, you will win a share of the CRIX token that is up for grabs every time you play. So that is great. An experienced team. Manager will have a proven track record developing sports management. Okay, so the team. So the team behind Cricket Star Manager has a proven track record of developing and launching sports management games. Their previous releases include World Hockey Manager, a nice hockey management simulator that garnered more than 2 million downloads since launch with more than 2.5 billion fans. Cricket is far more popular than ice hockey. 2.5 billion fans. That's a lot. So that's what I'm betting on. I'm betting on the demographics here. Okay, so it's a play to earn game. So what's next? So they have a website, they have a Medium, they have a Telegram, and they have a Discord, and they have a Twitter. So I'm just going to add these guys. So we have Cricket. Manager. Okay, gaming. Gaming, so part of my grade is the category. Gaming, just by being gaming, that's the number one category right now in crypto. Gaming and metaverse. So right now, they're in the right narrative, which is amazing, okay? So right off the bat, they're going to be better than a D+. We're going to give them a D for now. No, we're going to give them a C- for now. And then we're going to look at the team. So the start date, we don't know. The end date, we don't know. When we receive the tokens, we don't know. Allocation will probably be 250 for me again. And then the market cap, we don't know yet, and the current value. Okay. But if I can get to 750 or 1,000, I will with Cricket Manager so far. Okay, so let's continue on the Medium. So we'll continue on the Medium. I like this. Cricket Star Manager, a P2E game built for 2.5 billion people. Okay, so they only have one post on their Medium. 19 likes. So Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, the UK, Australia, 2.5 billion people. Cricket industry is worth about 2 billion a year. Cricket Star Manager can tap into this. You can have NFTs for players. You can own stadiums. That would be great. There's two tokens. One is the governance token, and one is the rewards token. That way, one of them was worth a lot, and the other one can just be printed out of thin air. Okay, so let's look at their different websites. minus, and plus. Oh, so the grading is just like in university. You know how university grades in North America, right? You have A plus, and then say if you have an A plus, you basically have like a 95% or higher. If you have an A, you might have like a 90 or like an 88, right? Passing mark in engineering, passing mark, you can't get a D, I don't think, in engineering. Like you got to get higher. So I'm just rating it that way. Okay, so let's look at their website. So a D minus is like 51% kind of thing, right? C plus is like 60s. Yeah. Okay, so a website, basic, but it describes everything that you need. Interesting. So their other app, World Hockey Manager, they actually got Wayne Gretzky to be an ambassador. So maybe they can get like Brian Lara or someone for cricket. Okay, they have a roadmap. So Q1 and Q2 2021, proof of concept. That's good. That means in the beginning of the year, they already had the concept. Q3 and Q4, quality assurance and onboarding advisors. Okay, Q1 2022, the blockchain modules are developed. Stadium NFT drop. So we're going to have to wait till 22. Legendary cricket players NFTs. Okay. Q2, marketing ramp up partnerships. All-star cricket brand ambassadors. So this is a really good roadmap. Like it seems like they have a logical process on how they are going to build a product and make it famous. And influencers are a great way to do that. So then Q4, worldwide tournaments. Okay, so the game launch, though, this is not good. The minimum viable product of the game launch is not going to be until Q3 2022. So we're looking at September 2022 is when they actually show you when the game is going to be, what it's going to be looking like. And then you can subscribe for updates. Okay, so decent, but not good roadmap. Good roadmap, just disappointing times. Okay, so their Telegram has 2,700 people. 190 are online right now. Their Discord, terrible. 238 people. 48 are online. What is this? Their announcement channel, 800 people subscribed. Let's see their Twitter. $2,100 people. So the interest for this game, we're going to have to wait for a month or so. The interest for this game is actually less than Synesis One, but the concept, in my opinion, is better. The total addressable market, because it's just a game, boom, people will play it. It's better. The adoption will be better. But because of the interest that they've generated in the community, I'm going to rate this one a D plus as well. So what this means is if you didn't get in Monkey Ball, you didn't get in Prism, you didn't get in Tiny Colony, right? And when you try to copy the strategy that I'm using, if you're starting off with Synesis One and Cricket Manager, you might have a hard time getting gains. That's what I'm trying to, describe when I'm doing this rating. However, we need to see what happens with time. So maybe in a month, they both have 100,000 subs. And I'll be like, whoa, I was wrong, right? But as of right now, that's what the grade is. The grade can change any day. So, yeah, that's where we're at right now. So, that basically wraps up the whole IDO. The IDO journey? That wraps up the IDO journey right now. So, we have, Pulse Chain. Oh, so I want to talk about PulseX. So, PulseX is coming up. It's going to be an IDO, but it's in a sacrifice phase. So what's going to happen is the inventor of Hex, Richard Hart, and his teams are building a blockchain that is going to be similar to Binance Chain. It's going to be a proof of stake blockchain. Now, they need a Uniswap, right? They need a decentralized exchange or a pancake swap for their blockchain. So they're building the blockchain, and then they're also building the exchange. The exchange is going to be the first and only exchange on that blockchain. So anything you need to do, you're going to have to use PulseX to buy Pulse, to sell Pulse, to buy other coins, to sell other coins. That's going to be the only place. So this exchange, I believe, is going to have a multiple return potential. And the way that you're going to be able to get in is there's going to be a sacrifice phase. And in the sacrifice phase, what they do is they post an Ethereum address, for example. And you send Ethereum or USDC or Hex to this Ethereum address. There's going to be a rate. So in the first 5 days, the rate could be static, like 10,000. Per $1 that you put in, you get 10,000 coins. That is the rate. After that day, the rate goes up after the 5th day, the rate goes up 5% per day for about, 13 more days. So if you waited 5 more days after the deadline, right, you'd be up like 50% in price that you'd have to pay. So now you'd get, per $1, you'd get 5,000 coins per $1. So me personally, in the next 3 to 5 days when this opens up, I'm going to take this whole bag and more. This is my personal thing. It's not financial advice. I'm going to take this whole bag that I've earned, and I'm going to sacrifice it into PulseX. If I get a 5x return on 24,000, it's a decent amount, right? It's a good down payment on a house or something. So that is what I'm doing. That is why I'm doing these IDOs. So I just wanted everyone to know. Follow Richard Hart on Twitter and on YouTube, and PulseX is coming. There is no website yet. He will tell you on his YouTube channel what to do. But all it is, you just have to have Ethereum or USDC or whatever coin, and you're just going to send it to them. And then in a couple days, months, weeks, you will get coins of PulseX. And then we will discover what the price is. The same way we're discovering, but you don't need to burn hydrogen, you don't need to stake. It's just you send the coins. So that is what I'm talking about. Okay, so good question, Jake. How do I become a part of STARLAUNCH? So the way STARLAUNCH works is you have to buy their coin. There's 2 ways to get in. So the way it works right now is, okay, they have a 2-token model, right? So the STARLAUNCH coin is called STARS. When you buy the STARLAUNCH coin, for example, say you bought $1,000 worth of STARLAUNCH at $8 a coin, you're going to have X amount of STARLAUNCH. Now, that coin can go up and down. That is your risk. Your risk is that this STARLAUNCH coin dies while you're investing in these IDOs. So you're going to buy the STARLAUNCH coin, then you're going to log into their cadet dashboard. It's called app.starlaunch.com. When you log into the cadet dashboard, you're going to have to stake your coins, which means you're going to lock up your coins. They have 2 options. They have a 90-day lockup, or you can sell whenever you want. Now, if you do the 90-day lockup, if you put in 1,000 coins, and 90 days later, it's 1,000 coins. If you sold on day 1, you'd only get like 750 coins back. They're going to take your coins for violating the contract that you agreed to. So I personally, I took my coins and I locked them up into a 90-day contract. When the price tripled, I wanted to sell. Because I knew I would lose money, I didn't, right? Now, if you unlock your coins, what they're going to do is they're going to burn a portion of your coins every day. It's a small amount. It's like 0.5 per day. But the cost to having your stars unlocked is you get penalized. They're fining you, basically. They're fining you every day. So you get to pick. Now, once you lock up your coins and you stake your coins or whatever, locked or unlocked, you start generating hydrazine. So hydrazine is like lottery tickets. based on these lottery tickets that you have in your wallet, what will happen is when say Cricket Manager comes up, they're going to say, okay, if you're interested in Cricket Manager, burn your hydrazine to show your interest. Now remember, each hydrazine is worth $10. So you're literally throwing money away for the privilege of betting on one of these new tokens that it goes up 60x, 50x, 3x, 10x, right? Or you could just sell the hydrazine to someone else right now. So, for example, I make $100 a day in hydrazine. Every day I can just sell my hydrazine for $100. And I could just never invest in an IDO and just sell my hydrazine. But in the beginning, hydrazine was $160 a coin, and now it's $10 a coin. So clearly the value is going down. So that's how you get in. So you have to have Solana. You have to have a Solana wallet. So Phantom Wallet. So you're going to buy your Solana, you're going to put it in Phantom Wallet, then you're going to go on Radium Exchange, right? Or you could go on, PRISM. So you have your Solana, you put in your Solana wallet. You go to prism.ag or you go to Radium, right? And then you could, let's see. Is it going to let me? Let's see, N2. H. Hydrazine. Yeah, it is. It's there. Okay. So, for example, you're not going to buy hydrazine. But anyways, let's see what one hydrazine costs right now. So one hydrazine currently costs no price. Interesting. What a weird website. So I invested in Prism, right? What they're supposed to do is they're supposed to show you the best prices of all the exchanges. They can't even show your price right now. Oh, there it is. $11. So you could actually just buy hydrazine and burn it if you wanted. $12. So it's $11.99 on Serum. It's $12 on Radium. Interesting, because they say Radium is the best price, but it's not. One hydrazine is... Oh, no, yeah, it is. It's the best price to sell. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to be on Radium. So maybe you have Solana or you have USDC, and then you're going to buy stars. There it is. And we'll see what the cost of one stars is. One stars is $8.38. So you're going to buy stars, right? And then you're going to stake the stars. And then every day you're going to generate hydrazine. And that's how it is. And then once you want to get in the IDO, you burn the hydrazine. Then you're going to send US dollars. So basically it goes day 1, burn the hydrazine. Day 2, burn the hydrazine. Day 3, contribute US dollars. Day 4, contribute US dollars. Then usually like day 10, they give you your coins and we find out what the price is. That's how it works. So it's a pretty decent process. But yeah, Prism is doing well. And if you look at the stats for Prism, it did $3.2 million in volume in the last 24 hours. So when I got in, it was doing $500,000 in volume. So this is a good, sign. So that is all for now. Thank you very much. Hopefully this video was helpful and informational. This is my strategy right now going into 2022. I'm going to be getting into more launch pads. Tron pad I like. I think there's going to be a launch pad coming where I'm just going to try and get in at the seed. So we'll see. So that is all we have for now. 2022 is looking very bright. I think that it's going to be a good chance to finally, break to new all-time highs once we discover what the price of Pulse Chain is. which we already invested in. And then once we discover what the price of PulseX is, and then once Hex does its move again, those three should take us, above the top. And anyone watching, anyone in the community, this is the best time to be in crypto. It seems to be very resilient. So thank you very much. And I will come back with another video about what is that DAO that I got into? Time. I got into the Time DAO about a month and a half ago, and I'm going to display the results of Time. I think I'm down. Right, it had 88,000 APR when I got in, but I think I'm down somehow. So I don't know if Time is like a really interesting, rug pull or something. But so far, my $100, when I last checked, it was worth $80, and it was supposed to compound like every 12 days or something, or every 30 days it was supposed to double, but it's not because the price keeps going down. So I'll come up with a video about Time, and yeah, we'll continue this journey. So thank you very much. My name is Sam. This is the GSK Wealth Builders channel. Thank you.